God is near. I've visited a number of impressive cathedrals and church buildings in the U.S. and Europe, and I remember the feelings those structures invoked in me, particularly those in Europe. On entering the incredible cathedral in Cologne, Germany, I sensed a feeling of just sheer awe of the majesty of the place, the sheer massiveness of the undertaking and construction, and how really insignificant I was compared to this structure and compared to God. In fact, many cathedrals, the chairs for worshipers are sort of an afterthought and almost seem out of place. Certainly, it's important for us to understand who we are before the living God. Reverence and awe barely capture the feelings we ought to have in His presence, but how sad it would be if that were the end of the story. God, magnificent, terrible, holy, and totally unapproachable. In fact, such an impression, I think, is what the builders of those impressive cathedrals wanted to leave on the common people. God is out of reach, so come to us, the established church, and we will help you reach Him. It was another way to control the masses, pun intended. In fact, this picture is very similar to what it must have been like in the nation of Israel when the temple was still standing. God's presence was literally in the Holy of Holies, and it was only accessible by the high priest once a year. A Hebrew had to rely on a caste of priests to intervene between them and God in various sacrifices. But then, something happened. God came near. God became flesh, Jesus Christ. And Jesus not only became the sacrifice for us, but He also became the high priest as well. The message of Jesus is that God is approachable. God is near. Because of Jesus and through Jesus, we are no longer minuscule worshipers cowed by massive cathedrals, but we are priests with direct access to the Holy of Holies. We dare even more. We are sons and daughters with a tender, loving, forgiving, and accessible Heavenly Father. You can come boldly to the throne of grace because God is near. From the heart.